so you have it on close-up or not, or if it's... The human hand does a lot of different functions. Obviously, to hold a pencil and to do all of that. But the most sensitive part in a human being are the pads. But when she's spending so much time, and doing all that, she doesn't get that softness, that control.
It's not movement more control.
Well, again, the more options that you have to do anything, the more intelligent you are. And so when she's asleep, you can do such really cool stuff. Because, see, now the elbow bends. But the main thing I go after, now you can do it from a stroke, because not only do I want the touch and the twist in there, but also if you had different fabrics, cool textures, because with my hand I can tell pulse, hard, soft, gravity. If I lift something, I know it's heavy from my fingers. Temperatures, there's so much information that I can get from my fingers. Well, same with her. But most people think of special needs just to function.
Oh.
Hold a cup, hold a toothbrush, hold a pencil. But they don't think of, I had a young man, he was 21, he had cerebral palsy. And I knew he had his first girlfriend.
Oh.
So I made him touch himself, and he'd get spastic.
Oh.
I tease him, I said, how are you going to feel up a girl if just feeling her dress is going to get you all excited? You have to learn how to touch. But he wasn't taught a sensual touch, which, again, nobody's really taught how to touch.
Oh,
but, we just kind of find someone we really like a lot that we want to touch them, and, we hopefully marry them or do whatever. But when, like I said, when she's sleeping, you can really do such nice... So now the 5 fingers are out. But again, notice to this day, I don't do anything with stretching.
Okay.
Still. But I can use all of my fingers to manipulate, to do all of this. If it's hard to visualize, you can do it this way, and like playing a piano, doing... You want as much as where she can start learning individual finger movements.
Okay.
Versus just a grab.
Okay. So we teach her every finger, so she can understand.
The thumb is actually the hardest to start manipulating if the CP is hit it, but actually her thumb is out quite nicely. You get a lot of thumb, like they do the...
See all right.
Yeah, but still see when she's... And 2, if the hand is out, see, I can... So it's not so much I'm bending the elbow. What I'm looking for is extension. So just feel... Give me your hand for a second. So it's not that I'm bending. Feel... See how I pull and twist?
No.
So CP does this. It grabs and touches, but a hand should extend. It should have extension. And she's not used to that. She's doing this, but she so see again how even though she's sleeping, see how I can work on that extension, that reach. You can see it in the back. Twist. But see, that's twisting, going down, that twist. See how she can twist? See how the shoulders are twisting?
Yeah.
But see, again, when a child's sleeping, or anybody sleeping, And two, I worked on, like I said, my gram a lot as he slept. Now, see what I can do when he's sleeping? You don't have to do even an hour's worth, a half hour. It's just, you can do so much more when you're sleeping. The hand will go in and out of, but that's REM, that's dreaming. It's not always necessarily the CP where she's grabbing me. She might be doing it because she's starting to dream, but it'll come out quite easily.
Yeah, she usually like all the finger move together at the same time.
Right.
So right now what you said that we teach her every finger have its own movement.
Yeah, if you look at the mathematics, learn this in my training. This is like 2 movements. This is like 1,000,000 to the brain.
Okay.
When you look at all the combinations of the finger to stimuli to the brain, that's like 1,000,000 movements.
Oh, okay.
So just the hand.
Okay. So the complicated.
It's not so much it's complicated, it's more complex, it's sophisticated, but again, the more neurons that you're firing off, the more she's hopefully changing the brain.
Oh, okay.
This is where people say, oh, once you're old, the brain's done, and I'm like, not in my world. I don't need any studies. That woman that just came here, you notice her back. She couldn't look at that. She's frozen. She's like,
Yes, I see.
but now she could, she still has difficulty. But it's funny, I'd forgotten. She's like, I don't let anybody touch me. I don't go to the hair. I don't go to nails. I can't believe that I'm here on your table for this long and we're friends. And she goes, I let my husband touch me and my children, but that's it. And I remember her in class. I was like, let me. But she was so afraid. But she was in drastic pain. And she at least with that is not in pain. But she needs once a week. She needs, The back is, I'm sure, fused.
When I see her, I see the
Yeah.
pain in back.
Yeah.
Thì mình sẽ thực hiện tất cả ngón hay là chỉ 4 ngón.
Cái ngón. Vậy bây giờ vấn đề của nó là nó không có phân biệt được, cho nên nó lúc nào cũng vậy. Bây giờ mình dạy nó là mỗi ngón tay đều có chuyển động riêng biệt hết.
Làm từng ngón mà làm nhau không?
Không có cái nào cũng So she asked that whether we touch every finger but in the fast speed. I told her that every movement needs to be slow so she can feel the movement for every finger.
Not only do you feel the movement, but feel the efficiency. So I have to honor her. She wants to try things. She wants to figure it out. So, and I'm not harming her. She's not distressed. So, and they believe that you're meant to figure things out. I'm like, once in a while, it's nice to have some help.
Yes.
I mean, we know what it's like to lie there on our side and bring our hand up into position and then bringing it back down. I mean, that's Feldenkrais. This is to do it, and then bringing it around. I close my eyes because I'm so used to doing it in training, and I put the lights out. And then to do it and to slowly lift the hand and put it back down. It's like a yoga.
Yeah.
You lie on the floor. I have a couple online, but there's a lot I can send you that are online.
Yeah,
And then
the thing is, if we can understand the movement, we more easily apply on her for that.
not only that, but to appreciate. I think the one thing I really learned from my gram, because they kept telling me how horrible he was, I see his possibilities. I see her. I knew from the second I met her, I'm like, this is a smart little girl. I'm gonna have fun with her. You know what I mean? She wanted it. So now it's my job to figure out what we can do to get it to her. And
Something like that.
This is transferring the weight. See, just like I was doing. So it's here to
Yes.
here.
Okay.
Tức là mình có thể tự cảm nhận được chồng thì mình làm nó bị chậm hơn.
Let's see in this position. See how the head floats, the back.
Yeah, all the
Pelvis.
body relax.
Yeah. If it gets more complex, you can start doing this. I mean, you can take one small move and just continue it. I can do here. Notice again, I don't pick up like this. Come underneath, I call it like a pizza. So here,
Oh,
I can do the elbows. See, this would be crawling, going into a standing. You see that?
Oh.
See the hand, the sequencing. Hand, foot. So watch that. So the hand and the foot come down and around and back down. See, this is stuff she's not learning.
that way you have said that nobody study about the movement.
Well, I mean, it's sequencing. They have, but like baseball players, you see in slow motion and
Just
and
slow
the
motion.
foot and they step down and.
Just a stop motion film.
But you don't do slow-mos with special needs, so. And you always, too, want to be somewhere like pool, where your position, so I'm not like ever here or here.
Oh.
I'm somehow within her. I can now move my hand around this way. Now I'm pushing into the pelvis. But see how this is when if she was crawling, going to go into standing.
Yeah.
But see how it's very important. Watch the timing now. It's getting more complex. Look at the hand, the feet, and the elbows and the knees. See how
Yes.
I move? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing. You know what I mean? It's not
Just smoothly but gracefully.
just like dancing. But see in my knees, I'm reflecting the movement are in my knees. If I tighten my abs, see, she's not going to get the same range of motion. My muscles are going to affect her movements. Belly out, move my knees. But see how she's learning how to transfer the weight on the wrist.
See, move on your move.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's what it is. My movement vocabulary now is getting programmed hopefully into hers.
Yes.
I can push through the knee and get to here. Now here I can start working on transferring. I can't get the knee all the way up, but again, and you want the knee to drag. You want the weight bearing. It's not a pickup per se all the time. Knee
It's a
drag.
move.
Không phải là nấc mà là
Let's put it this way. You can see not only the slow, but it looks pretty. You know what I mean?
yes.
A lot, like when you do this kind of thing with her and back, you see how slow you go? If you were just going like this in her face, you'd get a startle. You know when you do that with her eyes and you go, whoosh.
Just smoothly.
See how slow you go? Think of that when you touch her versus you're not going, you know, yeah.
Oh yeah, I see.
It's love. It's, you know, even I touch strangers, you have to touch with like a love. It's a... So now you can come here, grab the chest. Same thing. I could use my elbow into her knee to get the whole. So there's lots of ways to skin a cat, as they like to say. Now, if I wanted to go all the way, see now, tendency, let's say if I was bringing the arm over her head, it would stop here. See, because the shoulder's not rotating.
Yes.
So come underneath here again, pizza hand,
Twist.
and shove.
Okay.
And one of the most important things you can actually do that with, touch the hair. Children with special needs don't touch their backs at all. It's like they don't exist. But I learn my proportions, where my head is. The fingers get all the stimuli from the hair. It's a really nice movement to do. But again, I can come here. Now just from that little bit, I can see. So see now when I bring it up, she already naturally wants to twist the shoulder. Just from that little bit, where before the shoulder didn't know
the shoulder.
to twist.
Giống như bị tốn viên á.
Very nice.
There we go. This is throwing a punch. But now I can bring the arm up this high. Now this same movement, if I was like, say, an Olympic swimmer, I should be able to lie on the table and bring my arm up this high without moving these kind of muscles. That's when you get a high athlete. It's not about the muscles. It's about being available to use all of these. So see how that would be swimming? And again, I'm not saying she's going to swim, not going to swim, but why not put the movements into her system as if she can? And that's the way to look at it. So when I do stuff, I'm not saying, okay, she's going to walk, she's going to do this, she's going to do this, but I don't say she's not going to walk. I put the movements in as if she's going to throw the ball, if she's going to. Because I think my visualization helps her vocabulary. See, now you can get it. And it's a fine line. It looks like a massage, but again, I'm not rubbing at all. I'm just, my thumb is underneath the shoulder, working on that whole rotation. But see the sequencing? Hand out, and down and around. Now, even sleeping, you could come over here like in class and play with this arm and play with that arm, and you're going to see completely different.
So she said that the sitting posture is important when touch the baby.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You have to be available to move and to touch.
Okay.
And the more rigid you are, the less available, because now your body's doing the same thing that I'm telling you about. Your body is so worried about balance
So we
that
all
you're not
worry about
available. It's like when you're driving a car. You can't sit there and help your child work on a math problem. I'm driving a car. It's, I have
Yes.
more responsibility here. I can't share. Now, when I'm driving, I can still talk and sing, but I can't do a complex problem per se when I'm driving, because that's when the brain goes, you want me to drive this car or do,
Yes.
or deal with this problem? And you can't do both. So it's the same thing with here. This table was made for me. You always see me here.
Okay.
I'm with the proportions. So here to the table is all the same. I'm not here with my table. I'm not here. So this table is made for the back of my knee. So if I sit on the table, I'm not at
Yes.
all changed. I'm available. So I think that's very important. I like that this chair can go up and down. And I used to sit on those chairs, and by the end of the day, I was exhausted, because I was always sitting in a certain position and
And
trying
you
to...
get pain.
Yeah, I got pain, and I was tired. But what's happening, because I am so good, I'm becoming like this mushroom, because I don't use any muscles at
Yes.
all, and it's like, I gotta do something about it. I can do, like I said, I do my karate, I do stuff, but I'm like, oh, this is... So... But again, these just things to consider. This is what works for me. The more comfortable I am, I like my office. This is my office. I don't have to share it. I don't have any other personality. I don't have to worry about a secretary.
Oh.
I'm much more comfortable. But I mean, and I work too hard. Like tonight I decided to work till 6. That's my decision. I don't know if I could handle a secretary that goes, oh, I broke my nail. Can I take a long lunch? I mean, I'd kill her. But that's my problem because I work hard.
Yes.
But most people want to get the money and not work so much. I don't know. Not everybody.
Anh được kêu bà tới Việt Nam thì có phần cái công việc.
So she asked that whether if in case that you fly to our country, shall we make the same level for easy?
I won't do my best work on the floor. I can always fly. I get 2 pieces of luggage. I can bring a portable table.
Okay, sure.
But I highly recommend that in general, if you want to continue,
Yes.
I see.
I will do it.
I would at least get a portable table because your space is probably more limited, so you can fold it up and put it. But this table's nice. You can make it into a couch. You can put pillows on. You can have people sit on it. You know, it can't.
Yes.
It's. But she's just going to get bigger, and it'll kill your back to be on the floor and do it. You want to be, you know, to change or to do it. It really
Yes.
becomes a nice a function. Also, what I like about the table, my son knows this is therapy time. When he walks in here, he's like a whale. He just woof, you know. So the table is nice for a lot of reasons. This is therapy, but you know, at the same time, she knows what to expect.
It's a couch, it's a sofa.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was the one thing. I took the one course, the special needs workshop, and Graham just started lessons in the May. And by June or July, my husband built my first table. And a lot of people wait till they're halfway through training. But the portable tables, I bought mine used for $200. I mean, there's a massage school in town. There's always someone, you know, that didn't want to continue. It's like a $500 or $600 table that I got used. So, you know. But honestly, she's so small, you can probably put a top on a coffee table for now, you know what I mean, just to give you. But to work on sitting and standing from down here, I think it'll kill you. I mean, I'm going to be 50 next week, so maybe I'm just old, but it's much harder when you're trying to worry about yourself as well as.
Yes.
These chairs are cheap from IKEA. I mean, I didn't. So. Well, I hope she travels okay. See, even this you can see again. This is pre-crawl, how the shoulders move, you know. There's so much you can do in sleeping as to get creative as well as awake. But the same thing too, when she's sleeping, you can just sit here and just the pad,
Feel the palm.
feet. I don't know if you're familiar with old typewriters, but the reflex on the foot or the hand. So if you go into here, you should automatically feel a bone and get a response. So you pull it. So here, if you pull. See?
Oh, shut the
Right, right. That should be the same in the foot. There she goes, she's just starting now. When a person walks, the heel strikes and then the toes go up. So when I walk, my toes go up. So I can go and my toes go up. So when you have CP, and this was, Graham had this when he went to ABM first, his toes curled. So his walking was very bad until he was asleep at one time, and I thought, oh God, there's a waste of my money. And his toes came out. So this is a really nice, to pull him in this way. There she goes, she's doing much better now. But also, you won't be able to push from this position, but you can push from here.
Push back.
But also you can do it this way. See how I'm rotating or the foot? And then almost like I'm doing each toe. So see,
อ๋อเสร็จ
so I'm not just doing this. See, that's a walk. And the toes come up. I mean, you can go there and do so many things, but these toes. And sometimes I'll even go for the tickle, just to see, but she's dead, so she's so asleep. But to see if you get the, and then you know at least that the toes are talking more to the brain when you get the startle. But again, you can do different fabrics, warm washcloth, something to stimulate.